Welcome back to the bench. Several months ago I picked up this Amiga 500 in a job lot with a couple of A500s and a C64, and when I took the lid off to have a look inside, to my amazement this was actually a Amiga 500 Plus motherboard in here. I think my exact reaction was, what the beep? Yeah, it was a big surprise. It was a Rev 8A board in it, or 8.1A, I think it is. But it only had half the RAM fitted, so it was only 512K, and there was no clock and no clock battery, obviously, which meant that the board was in pretty much pristine condition, because a lot of these 500 pluses suffered from a battery leakage, just like the big box Amigas, the 2s, the 3s, the 4000s. So this was spared. So I upgraded this. I called it the Stealth Amiga 500. So yeah, I put the extra RAM in it, put the clock chip in it, obviously fitted a coin cell and not a normal rechargeable battery that will eventually leak. So it's time to give this an identity update, because I picked up a case for a 500 Plus that was in pretty rough shape, but the badge is in reasonable condition. It's got a few scratches, a few dings in it. Yeah, you can see in the zero, the first zero there's a bit of paint missing, but you know, that's fine. I mean, it's used, it's worn. So we're going to replace that so that this thing can have its true identity. The easiest way to replace these badges, because these don't have the hole underneath to knock them out, is just to warm them up first with a bit of hot air, just to make the glue a little bit softer, and yeah, less risk of bending it, because I do want to keep this badge, because you know, it's got a little bit of a scratch on it, but you know, it's in pretty good shape. I might be able to reuse it somewhere later. So let's turn on the hot air and get it warmed up a little bit. I only have this set to 100C, so we don't want it too hot. I got a narrow tip on there, and don't want to hold it too close, because obviously we don't want to damage the paint either. And just what I have is just a little tool here, just to help get on the edge and pry it off a bit. Okay, and we should be able to get under there. Yeah, it seems to be coming up nice and easy. I just want to try and get it up without obviously putting any kinks into it as well. We can just slide this under flat as far as it'll go. It's a bit hard. You really could do with an extra hand here, and then just keep sliding it under. Let the tool do the work. Boom, and there, off. Okay, so we can see, if we look on the back, the glue, or it was just double-sided tape on there, and most of the tape came off with the actual badge. And what we can do is we get a bit of WD-40 and a bit of kitchen roll. You can find it. Okay, don't want it spraying everywhere, so just a little squirt. And that should just help us just get rid of the rest of that little bit of glue residue. Still nice and warm, which will also help. And look at that. Smooth as a baby's bottom. Okay, so a bit of IPA on there. Let's give it a couple of sprays over, just to make sure that we get any residue of glue, and also that WD-40, because obviously we want our new badge to stick. And we'll just give that a minute or two to dry, because the IPA will evaporate pretty quick. I've already stuck some double-sided tape on here, so I can just peel the backing off of that. Yeah, if it'll come off. there we go. And this is quite thin tape, so it's probably not much thicker, if any, than the original tape that was on the other badge. Okay, so yeah, it feels dry. Don't touch it with your fingertips because obviously you got oil on there. Okay, oops, now my finger's stuck into this, so yeah, screw the oil thing. Okay, so I think, yeah, the best thing to do is just kind of sit it on the bottom there, maybe put it up a slight bit and then drop it down, and then just use this without pressing it down, just kind of slide it into position. Yeah, that looks pretty nice, and then just give it a firm push down. And that is our stealth Amiga 500 Plus with an identity upgrade. So it's no longer conflicted and confused about its true nature. If you like this video, then give me a thumbs up. If not, give me an Australian thumbs up. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and then ring that bell icon to get notified of future updates. That would be much appreciated. As always, thank you for watching.